Would someone like to explain to me why if I go out on the beach, if I go out for a run for a couple hours or a walk or the park, wherever, I don't get burnt anywhere? My face, my arms, my legs, anywhere else but my nose. Why? But what is going on, my peeps? Welcome back to a brand new Buzzfeed test on the channel this week. Now, last week, by far, the most suggested video for me to do was the perfect, cheesiest garlic bread that Tasty just recently uploaded, and I gotta admit, this thing looks amazing. Now, I have made a couple different versions of garlic bread on the channel before. I've done chicken parm stuffed garlic bread, I've done a couple other ones, and I'm pretty sure all those came out pretty decent. These have some living up to do, so let's get right into it. As with any garlic bread out there, the first ingredient I'm gonna start with is some bread, some cheddar cheese, and oregano because I couldn't find any fresh stuff in any of the stores that I went to, a stick of butter and some fresh parsley, a block of low moisture mozzarella cheese, fresh garlic, and chives. For step number one today, I started over on my cutting board with my cheese grater, grabbed a block of that sharp cheddar cheese, and began shredding away. You need a half cup of both type of cheeses that you use, and then I began working on the mozzarella, which is one of these low moisture blocks, which is apparently better for melting. It's not gonna get the bread soggy. At least that's what I've been told, so we shall see. But we can now move on to our fresh herbs. I started by plucking off a bunch of my fresh parsley leaves off of the stem. I got a nice big bundle of just the leaves, gave them a fine chop, set those aside, and then once I rinsed off my green onions, just quickly chopped those up as well. I would like to think my knife skills are getting slightly better as I've done these videos for almost 2 years now, but you guys will be the judges. I'm sure you'll all say that I'm still garbage, but compared to when I first started, I gotta be a little bit better. And finally, I started breaking down my garlic and got 5 nice cloves. I don't know why they're this pinkish red, but I skinned them up and chopped those as finely as I could get them as well. And we're pretty much all set to start assembling our butter mixture for this bread. I started with a half stick of softened butter and smoothed that out along the bottom of the bowl. I added in 1/3 of a cup of that chopped up parsley, the same amount of my scallions, and then a little bit less of the dried oregano because I don't want to overpower the whole thing. 5 cloves of that super finely chopped up garlic, a half cup of the cheddar cheese, a half cup of the mozzarella, and just finish that off with some grated Parmesan. You want to mix this thing thoroughly, make sure the butter is spread throughout all the herbs and cheeses. It kind of looks like an artichoke dip, just a little bit more pungent. And then once that's done, you could set it aside, grab your bread, slice it right down the middle in half, throw it on top of the cookie sheet that I prepared with some aluminum foil, and then begin to smear out that butter and cheese mix. I got that smoothed out across the whole bread easily, and I'm getting a little bit nervous about how easy all these steps are. But once I had that all done, I threw it into a 400-degree oven for 15 minutes. Afterwards, this beautiful thing came out, bubbling away. It looks exactly like Tasty's, maybe even a little bit better in my opinion. The cheese is melted, it looks fantastic, so let's give it a taste. Now it's a couple hours later, so they're not as hot as they were, so I'm assuming that the cheese isn't gonna be as pulley and delicious as it looked in the last clip, but it should taste the same. I think I need one more. So the overall flavor of these are really good. It's not overpowering with any of the herbs or anything like that. But what I will say, if the camera can zoom in that close, yeah. You see all the little hunks of garlic? Those are all kind of still raw, like right in the middle, up here in the corner a little bit. And I wish there was a way to maybe cook them out a little bit before including them in the butter mix. It's still really delicious, and I'm probably gonna end up eating this entire plate, but you kind of do get the sense that you're just like chewing on raw garlic a little bit. So I'll give it a solid 7.2 out of 10. But I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of short Buzzfeed test. I'm sorry I skimped out a little bit this week. I had a lot going on, believe me. If you did, leave a like on it for me. I'd really appreciate it. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter. The links are in the description. Send me stuff to my P.O. box. The address is right here and in the description as well. I hope that I'll have a video for you guys Sunday. It's not 100% sure yet. I gotta see where I'm at with the editing. But other than that, have an awesome rest of your week, and I'll see you right back here for the next video.